Hey there, Guildies! This is the Adventurers Guild. I'm Steve, and this is the Infinity Game Table from Arcade1Up, a digital coffee table style arcade machine chock full of fun board games with everything from Monopoly to Scrabble and a bunch of other cool stuff. So why don't we do a quick time-lapse unboxing and then give her a try. So I was immediately impressed with how well packaged the Infinity Game Table came. It comes in one box, and then inside of that box is like the regular box, so to speak. The outside box is like a really nice quality advertisement box, but the meat and potatoes is inside of the interior box. So you open it up, and it is the first thing you see is the game table, the gigantic screen covered in its safety little wrapping on the top there. And then underneath of it, there is a box which has two legs. And other than that and the power cable, that's really all there is as far as parts to assemble. And let me point out, when I was taking the game table out of the box, it's hard to tell because I'm playing this at 400% speed, but it is extremely heavy. It's funny because if you've ever messed with any of the old Arcade1Up machines before, they're not really all that heavy. And this, seemingly on the surface, looks like it would be lighter, but it's actually really heavy. The package is like 65 pounds, and almost all of it is in the screen itself. The legs themselves probably weigh maybe 3 or 4 pounds apiece, just a guess. But the legs are made of a really nice metal, really well constructed. You just line them up with the holes, and they have those click-lock style clamps, so you just push it into the table, push down, and it clicks in. If you want to pull them off, then there's two little buttons on each side of each leg. You push those in, and the legs come right out. And then one of the legs has little wire channels built into it, so when you plug the power cable in, you basically just run the wire down the leg, so it's kind of well kept or whatever, well designed. And then you just run it along the floor, plug it in, and you're good to go. Just pull the cellophane off of the screen and you're good. And you'll notice here that I'm actually flipping around one of the legs. That's because I put it on. I mean, you can't really put them on backwards, but the way the wire kind of runs on the screen, I decided to flip it around to make it easier for me. But yeah, that's it. So no more setup. How about we get right to the games? Alright guys, so here is the Infinity Game Table, all set up and ready to go. And lo and behold, we have now Jesse in the basement.
That's right.
So Jesse's here to play some games. And this is, I've messed with it a little bit, and
I'm trying to get in trouble.
That's true. So I've messed with it quite a bit, and it's pretty fun so far. So this is what the main splash screen looks like. All of the games are free. At least all of the initial games are free.
Is this real wood?
That is the game screen. I don't know if games will cost money in the future, but for the time being, everything in the store is free. So if you see something you like, you literally just click download and it goes to your own game screen. Me and my kids have played Candyland, which plays just like the regular board game. We've played Connect 4, which plays just like the board game. We played Hungry Hungry Hippos, which more or less plays exactly the same. Simon. There are some games that are made specifically for this table. So Swish is like the arcade style basketball games you see with the moving backboards. That has its own little tweak to playing it on a tablet screen, but it plays fun. The only thing I've played so far that I don't like is the mini foosball game. I feel like that needs to go back in the oven because it just feels really, really rushed.
Like raw dough?
Yes. But everything else so far has been great. So me and Jess are going to hop in and we're going to play some stuff and we're going to see what we like. So,
and I'm going to question why you haven't downloaded WhackAMole.
We should do that right now.
Yeah.
All right, let's play some games. All right, so what we decided to do was we're going to play about 30 seconds of each game. So this is Candyland. Obviously not really our demographic for this channel, but for anybody out there who has
kids.
What
are you talking about, man? Candyland's for everybody, son.
So we're just going to show you really quick how this works. It works literally just like the board game. So when it's your turn, you have your spinner. You click the spinner. I got 2 red. So the custard gets to go to the second red. You click the button. The custard advances. And then it is the next player's turn. Exact same rules as the board game. So now it's the little red candy's turn. Hit the button.
No, not the gumdrop buttons.
Double purple. So you go to the second purple. Biggity baggity boom. There it is. All right. Next game. All right, so this is how you download a new game that you don't have. You literally click it from the store, and you click get, and then it downloads. It is literally as simple as that. And as I stated earlier, none of the games cost any money. Whether or not that changes in the future, I don't know, but there's about 35-ish games right now that are all completely free.
Now, I noticed Shoots and Ladders, and I also noticed you don't have that downloaded. Do you hate humanity?
Well,
just yourself?
I've only had the game for the table for a few hours, so
It's Shoots and Ladders.
They will all be downloaded very soon.
That's number one.
All right, so we are now going to try Checkers. Oh, it's over here.
Checkers. Yeah, you downloaded it. Right here.
Bang. All right, so here is Checkers. So first time I'm playing this, so let's see how it works. Select and drag a piece. All right, so I will be black.
I'll be red.
You gotta put it on your hole there.
It's embarrassing.
Of course, it's this way.
Oh, that's all right. I can play from this angle.
All right.
My turn first.
Yep.
Boom.
All right, so here is Checkers.
Almost fell for that already.
So depending on the game that you're playing, the way the board is positioned will change. So essentially what it comes down to is what's most convenient for the layout of the screen. So Checkers is designed to play long ways, whereas some games are designed to be played short screen, horizontally. So since the camera is set up where it's at, Jesse and I are playing from the wrong angle, but typically you would be sitting in a different position. Oh, right, I got a double jump. So essentially we're going to finish this game, but we're just going to rush through it, so we're not really going to employ any real strategy here. But
don't tell me what to do.
As we are discussing, the table, it is good to have some gameplay footage running. So what are your initial impressions of the table so far, Justin?
So I was going originally to purchase this later on, but I don't think I can wait. I think, son, this table is a must-buy. For fun for all ages.
I agree. It's definitely a lot of fun. I admittingly, it's definitely not for everybody. If you are the kind of gamer that wants the latest and greatest, has to have the newest and best Switch game, the newest and best Xbox or PlayStation game, it's probably not up your alley. But if you like board games, if you have a family, say you're a parent with a bunch of little kids or whatever, and you guys like playing board games, it's definitely super fun in that regard. This is, I'm probably obviously in the minority. I have a gigantic arcade in my basement, which is exceptionally rare, I will admit. So for someone like me, this is right up my alley. But I can see it not being everybody's cup of tea. But if this is your kind of thing, it's super fun.
Look at it! Look at it! Bam! Victory!
All right, so Jesse wins, and that is Checkers.
And that is head to head. Now, first thing I did when I got here was I tried Operation. Because as a kid, my parents refused to get me this game. So any opportunity I get to play this, I go for Operation. However, you did show me this plays a little different than the actual board game.
Correct. So every board game essentially plays the way it's supposed to, that you would expect it to. Operation is a little bit different because in real life with Operation, for lack of a better term, there's a Z-axis.
Right.
You're literally putting a scalpel into a table, picking something up and pulling it out. A table doesn't have a Z-axis. You have X and Y. So it's tweaked for this game. So instead of having to reach in, not touch anything, and pull out, what happens is it turns the game into a puzzle, or like a maze. So you have to move your scalpel, do what you need to do to get the goal, and get back. And what's cool is, so here's your scalpel, you're moving the bone here or whatever. What's cool is the table actually has feedback, like vibration feedback. If you touch a side, it buzzes. And now the buzzing on the table, you can't tell in the video, but the buzzing will get more intense. So if I hit it again, now it's buzzing really hard every split second.
It feels like the T-Rex walking in Jurassic Park.
So now we will move the bone to the goal. And one thing I noticed when I watched a review video on this before I bought it was it felt in the video, and I even saw some comments, it felt clunky moving the cursor in this game, and I was afraid it was going to be bad response time, but I can't quantify it exactly in real life, but it doesn't feel that way playing it. So I can totally see, because it happened to me, watching it on video on YouTube, thinking that the person's finger wasn't reacting the same way as the scalpel. The only way I can explain it, and this might not even be a very good explanation, is picture the scalpel moving through the person's body, and they're speeding up and slowing down. Like, if you just fling your finger across the screen super fast, like, it doesn't respond one-to-one in real time like that. Like, it has like an acceleration time as you speed up. So when you're actually touching it, within the first 5 seconds, it feels perfectly natural. And I don't know if it's a limitation of the machine, why it plays that way, but I will say, especially for someone who is very, very picky with delayed controls, it feels fine in this game.
That is true. You are picky.
All right, so here is Hungry Hungry Hippos.
So now, how hungry are the hippos?
They're quite hungry.
Right.
So there's a multitude of games: beginner, advanced, bonus, and special. Beginner and advanced are your more typical Hungry Hungry Hippos that you would expect. I'm just going to put it on beginner so it's a little bit easier for you as the viewer to watch. But obviously you can put it on modes that are a lot more hectic. In the beginner mode, only one ball at a time comes out, and you flip the ball out for the color that you are. So here, we'll show you when it boots up here. I will say that this game is probably the first game that I found that looks like it has a little bit of a weird frame rate issue. It doesn't affect the gameplay, but you know what? See what I mean, Jess? It looks fine, but you know, you can tell it's, you know, you can. I mean,
it's also got a bit of a delay too on the tap.
So I don't know if delay is the right word. I suppose. It's not like Operation.
Yes.
It's definitely something you can get used to, but I can see where you're going with that. So if you flip the ball out, oh, like I hit this button here, and then obviously you try to eat it, and then it's gonna go like crazy. So there you go. So you got the green. So now it's your ball. So I agree, but again, maybe because the game is so simplistic, it doesn't.
I could still see myself having fun.
Yeah,
with
it doesn't feel like it is game breaking. I can see what you mean by a slight delay in the click. You know, I don't want to come across as I'm giving the table an off or a free out, like a get out of jail free card or whatever. There are downfalls to the table, but nothing that I would consider.
For the price point, and I think the actual enjoyment you can get, and you can legit use it as a table.
Oh, true. Yeah, true. I mean, one hell of an expensive table. All right, so here is WhackAMole. This is the first time I'm seeing this, so each one has different point values.
Yeah,
obviously.
so don't hit
the bombs.
Okay.
All right, yellow hat is worth the most.
Yes,
Bunny ears is worth the least.
These are terrifying.
Nice graphics, though.
Yep.
Oh, I just lost 100 points. Oh, wow, it has haptics. Okay, this is cool.
Yes. WhackAMole is the greatest game ever made.
You know what's funny? We were complaining a little bit about the slight delay in Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Mm-hmm.
This game is, without a doubt, more graphically intense than Hungry Hungry Hippos is.
Correct.
It's got haptic. It's got, decent visuals. And this plays perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
absolutely.
This is actually really fun.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. This is actually really fun.
Alright, this is my favorite arcade game of all time, and this is what actually sold me on the table. I saw WhackAMole. This table could have been WhackAMole, the coffee table, and I would have purchased it. What happened, Steve? Oh, that was me.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I made any mistakes. Boom! That was fun.
Ooh, I can't believe I lost.
Okay, so this is Swish. So this is the table's version of an arcade basketball game. So the way this works is you have 3 balls, you make a shot, you keep the ball, you miss a shot, you lose the ball. If you hit a 1-up, then you get an extra ball. If you hit a star, you get an extra 5 points on your shot. And after you make the first 3 shots, the net starts to move. And it gets more complicated as it goes. This game, believe it or not, for as fairly basic as it is, it's actually really fun.
I won.
And I think it's... You definitely lost because you pretty much missed every shot.
What are you talking about? You know what they call me? Can't miss every shot. They made a whole movie based off of me.
I'm big. I mean, obviously, going back to again having an arcade, I'm big into skill shot or skill style games, like very like skill based, accuracy oriented things. So this game is right up my alley. I could literally, as embarrassing as this sounds, probably play this game by myself for an hour at a time, just trying to beat high scores. That's the kind of games I grew up on, you know, playing Pac-Man and Frogger and all that stuff.
I get it. I get it. I could play this table. The only thing I'm noticing, I'm sure you have with your OCD.
I know what you're gonna say.
The smudges.
It's a fingerprint monster.
Yes. It is.
You know what's funny? It's such a fingerprint monster that it actually comes with a microfiber towel to clean it with.
Nice.
not that that's an excuse. They probably could have picked a different style acrylic that was less fingerprint attracting or whatever. Well, that, guys, is the Infinity Game Table. It's available in 2 different sizes, 32-inch and 24-inch. They both have the exact same footprint. The 32-inch version just has a bigger screen. 32-inch version retails MSRP for $850. The 24-inch one, MSRP, I think is $650 or $600. The correct price will be right here at the bottom of the video.
I love how you do that.
Oh, it's pretty fancy, right?
Now, may I say, I love this thing. I came in, I saw it. I didn't know what it was at first. You explained it to me, and I fell in love with it. There's so many things. I love the touchscreen. I love the fact that you can play on solo or with your family and everything. But I just love the design. I love the little logos in the corner. I know that's super nerdy, but it just looks so fleet. I can't help it. It's amazing.
I can see that.
And as cheesy as this is, I always appreciate the little advertisements on the side.
Yeah, the coming soon
It
stuff.
just makes me feel so warm and go, oh, this is something I could be playing.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, you say ad, but it's not like you're paying for it.
No.
It's just something, hey, you should download this for free or whatever, so.
And it's just exciting.
Ticket to Ride's coming soon.
What?
I love that game.
Yes!
I just now noticed that.
So, I just, personally, I think it's a steal at that price. Either one you get, I think would be a steal, and I think this is really neat. I mean, I'm definitely picking this up. I know my wife's going to be mad at you, but, you know.
I mean...
That's my problem for later.
So, one note here. Him and I both say the price is decent. It's $850. In no regard is that cheap. That is extremely expensive. But we're looking at it from an arcade collector standpoint. So, I collect tons of arcades. Jesse plays my arcades constantly. We look at arcade machines for sale, both of us, all the time. So, we're comparing apples to apples. Whereas you hear $850 and you think, well, Nintendo Switch is $300. That's more comparing apples to oranges. So for what you're looking at as an arcade machine, it's a decent price, I think. I mean, maybe $50, you know, cheaper or whatever might be a little bit more closer to something palatable. But, you know, it is what it is. They got to make their profit, I guess. But it's fun, and especially the games are free to download. So, you know, who can complain about that, I guess. But that is it for this video. A huge shout out to all of our patrons who are appearing right there.
Ooh, I like how you do that.
And for the Adventurers Guild, I'm Steve.
Still Jesse.
And we will catch you guys in the next one.
When's the last time you whacked a mole?